But then there's Fred Glick, real estate broker, agent, who's a principal at U.S. Loans Mortgage.
Fred, what do you think about that? You're on the ground with buyers. You're sensing their sentiment. Would higher rates get them off the fence?
They don't care.
No?
This is all about once you get a job, once you're comfortable with the job, then you say, I want to plant roots. And also, a lot of people are kind of being pushed into these loans because of the Dodd-Frank CFPB ruling of the 43% back-end ratio. Used to be you could go
in
a little
English,
bit
what
higher.
does that mean? Yeah,
Okay.
put that in English.
I think we are at what's called a peak in the market, which is P-E-E-K. Because people are just kind of looking and saying, you know, I get that $8,000 tax credit, the rates aren't bad. It's just a pain. The short sales are just,
The look on your face.
yeah. That will open up the markets and we will have more sales. I guarantee you.
Tabata, is it easier to get a mortgage or not, Fred?
It's
No.
tougher.
Compared
It's
to,
tougher.
it's stupid.
We don't even need banks.
Where do you think mortgage rates are headed?
Nowhere. I
Really?
think we're flatlined on mortgage rates. Absolutely. I mean, with
The
all the
debt
scares
ceiling
we had
debate
earlier
doesn't
this
impact
year,
you at all.
It's the flavor of the week. Dan, I've talked to people over the years, and yes, there are the neurotic spreadsheet-doing engineers who they are waiting for the absolute bottom. There's got to be something. People got to put their heads together and figure something out. I guess I knew I'd be Fed chairman, so. Well, if you have 800 credit scores and a great income, it's just that your house happens to be upside down for no fault of your own. Why don't we have streamlined appraisals on conventional loans like we do on FHA and VA? It's crazy. And we get these people with lower payments and they can put the money back into the economy.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so
Okay.
much for this,
Thank you.
Fred.
There's parts of the country that are doing great. There's parts of the country that are not. And you can't have one big standard throughout the entire country for everything.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Jack, do you agree?
Well, I do.
But of course, as we all know, the pendulum has swung from if you can breathe, you get in to, okay, we're going to investigate everything you've ever done for the last 75 years, and you better be right-handed on Thursday, or we're not going to give you the loan.
Yeah.
But before they think about using it, they'll really think and say, okay, I'm really going to do this, and I'm really going to stay here.
Really great point. Okay, we will leave it there. Great to have you on the program. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We will see you soon. We appreciate your thoughts. Fred Glick joining us, principal.
And what they really need to do is get back to reality lending as opposed to just coming up with incredibly ridiculous standards that make it impossible to meet, claiming that they're doing it because of market risk, when in fact the Fed is the one who's buying most of the loans anyway.
So that's a fact. If you go back to the 60s and the 70s, 20% is the right number, or we're going to end up in the same mess.
Oh, God, no. Then don't have
Well,
VA
what's the
loans.
number
Tell all the
then?
veterans we're going to stop doing 100% financing for them.
What's
Which,
the
in
number
fact,
then
the
from your
VA
standpoint,
loans
Fred?
100%.
are.
Listen, here's the problem. 100% financing based on an appraisal.
Too fragile to jeopardize another upset without government help.
Well, the problem is we need jobs. Jobs are job one in this country. And if we don't have jobs, nobody's going to buy a house.
How do you stimulate buying if not through the GSEs?
Well, you got to come up with jobs, first of all, to make those places viable for people to want to live in them.